Hey swing trading family, this is Super Swing Trader. I hope you are doing well. Today we're going to take a look at some charts and see where we can identify supply and demand zones and trade it for income. Before I do, if you're new to this channel, here I talk about swing trading using the rules of supply and demand and technical analysis to trade with the big banks, hedge fund managers, and professional traders, and not against them. If that's something you're interested in, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. Also, drop a comment below. Let me know, have you guys placed any trades and have you made any money with swing trading using supply and demand yet? Comment below yes if you have and no if you haven't. I really appreciate your comments because it helps me tailor my content to best serve you. Apart from that, let's get right to evaluating the charts. Okay guys, let's take a look at the euro dollar versus the Hungarian dollar, or whatever EURHUF, it's the Hungarian dollar. I already drew all my my zones and stuff just to make this video go by faster so I'm not stumbling or anything, so I'm not missing anything. On the left hand chart here, every candle is 1 day, it's a daily chart. On the bottom right here, every candle is 1 week. This is what we call the weekly chart. And on the upper right corner here, every candle is 1 month, or otherwise known as the 1 month chart. Let's take a look at the 1 month chart first because that's the highest time frame that I'm using. We have a overall uptrend, and these price action is really bad until we get to right here. We have two strong wide body candles that shows that there are big investors, institutional buyers buying right here, and this long wide body candles. And then price, we're waiting for price to drop, and it did, hitting our demand zone here, and it rallied again. So that's what it's doing right now. It hit our demand zone, it's rallying. We call that our demand zone is in control. Do not want to go short. On the weekly, we have a little bit more messier price action, but it's not too bad. We see that there's supply zone up here, that price has been keeping price low for 1, 2, 3 times. So every time when a supply zone is tested like this, every time it's gonna be penetrated deeper and deeper, and it's gonna eventually break. So we see that there's a trend line here, and then this is also a demand zone right here. So I don't know why TradingView draws it like this, but okay, so this is also a demand zone, and I don't know why I made my candle so big, but it's not supposed to be that big. Okay, so this weekly demand zone is holding price up, but I didn't want to take this long because this supply zone is in control, so I didn't want to. I was expecting price to penetrate this, but this zone is holding pretty well. So this is the range that we're looking at, this range and this range. So when price goes up here, we can short, and when price drops back down here, we can buy, unless price and market condition changes. Okay, but yeah, we would wanna buy if price reaches our zone. Okay, so let's take a look at the daily chart. We see that supply zone is created here, and there's also a supply zone created here after these big impulses to the downside happen. So we see that price almost touched it. You could draw the zone like that, or you can draw like this. I just draw like this, try to be more conservative. Okay, so price touched it, dropped, and then these areas are technically they're not technically demand zones because they didn't really do anything. It just had these impulses, but I wouldn't take these trades, but because it's not a true demand zone, but it is a strong impulse, and it is keeping price up. But what we have here is, so we have monthly is in an uptrend with demand and control, so we want to go long, but it's pretty high in the range on the weekly chart, and on the daily chart it's also pretty high up to supply zone. So we don't want to buy at the moment because price is so high in the range. We either, if your rules states that you can go counter trend, then here is a supply zone right here. Here's a supply zone 2. It created this supply zone 2. So we can short right here, and we can short here for a short-term income. Or else, if you want to capture more pips, then you will want the supply zones to be removed, but that's going to take a long time. So up to you if you want to do a counter trend short and capture these pips that on the supply zone here and the supply zone the weekly. So price will most likely do this and then come down and then go up here and then come down before eventually breaking these zones and going up higher. And that is the analysis on the euro dollar versus the Hungarian dollar. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're not already subscribed, please click the subscribe button and also click that little bell icon. Then that way you'll get notified of the next video that I publish. Thanks again for watching.